Let's get back into the NFL with a man who Wilbon and I got to write about as a player.
That's right.
Now get to talk to in his role as ESPN's Monday Night Football analyst, Mr. Troy Aikman. Let's start with Jaden Daniels. Unlike Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams has not had a breakout game yet. You struggled as a rookie. A lot of guys struggle as a rookie. Should Caleb Williams expect these struggles, or to use Wilbon's favorite phrase, is he being failed by coaching?
Well, there was a time every quarterback that came in as a rookie, me included, expected to struggle. We've seen guys who have had success. You mentioned Jaden Daniels. We saw him the other night. He looked fantastic. But I've watched Caleb. I've studied him. I think he's going through what most young quarterbacks go through. I think he's seeing things for the first time. The game's a little bit faster probably than what he's accustomed to. Some of the things he was able to get away with in college, you just don't get away with at the NFL level. I do think some of the things they're doing within their scheme could be a little bit better. I think routes could be run better. Concepts could be a little bit better. But at the same time, they've tried to give him some easy throws. He's hit some of those. He's missed some accurate throws down the field. I think it's just all part of the learning process for him.
Was a little bit more complex in Pittsburgh, Troy. As you know, Mike Tomlin says there's no need right now to name Justin Fields a full-time starter. But Fields has been terrific so far. And if you're Justin Fields, would it be important to have that designation even though you're starting?
I don't know at this time, Mike, because he is the starter. He knows he's the starter. I guess it's really becomes a question once Russell is able to practice and able to play. My guess is that when that time comes, especially if Justin continues to play the way that he has, that Mike Tomlin will name him the starter. I think in the locker room, when you're 3-0 and you're winning games and you're doing things right, it's hard then to try to go in a different direction, especially at that position. So I think right now it's kind of a moot point within the locker room would be my guess. I think it probably is as well with Justin Fields. And in due time, my guess is that Mike will come out and name Justin the starter going forward.
All right, speaking about things going right, how do you explain Sam Darnold?
Well, it's what I've always felt, Mike, that, there's a lot of quarterbacks, and I believe that I would have been one of them. But I think there's a lot of quarterbacks that come into this league that are really talented, that just get put in a bad situation, and leave the game regarded as a bust. If we had continued to do the things that we were doing when I first came into the league, I would have been one of those guys regarded as a bust. Fortunately, Norv Turner came in as the offensive coordinator, and we went on and had success. But you see Sam Darnold, he goes to San Francisco, and it looked like a really good opportunity for him had he have been given the opportunity to play. But he learned a lot of football. He learned from one of the best in Kyle Shanahan. And now he's playing with Kevin O'Connell, who definitely knows the position and knows how to coordinate an offense. So, and not to mention he's with really good players. So I'm happy for Sam. I think, he, like a lot of other quarterbacks, had they have been given more of an opportunity, their careers would have looked differently. So I'm excited for what he's been able to do, and not surprised. I really liked him a lot coming out of USC.
We are gratified, by the way, to hear you say that you might have been a bust, because we know that there is a bust of you, and it's in Canton.
Yes.
So you were not. You were just
a different kind of
and
bust.
And we will get you out of here on this. Your team, the Cowboys and Giants, play on Thursday night. Jerry Jones stopped short of calling it a must-win. Do you think it's a must-win?
Well, as much as a must-win could be here in week 4, I think it's really important. And I think it goes beyond just what the record would be if they were to lose. I think that I just sense that there's some uneasiness within the locker room, whatever that might entail. It just feels like there's some rumblings, and another loss could just create more issues internally. Forget whatever they have to answer to externally. So I think that, winning is the ultimate deodorant, as we know. They definitely need a win. What looked to be like a game that they would win against the Giants. They've historically had a lot of success against the Giants here with Dak Prescott. Doesn't look so easy right now. And this, to my surprise, quite honestly, it's the first time the Cowboys will go on the road on a short week. Every other team, I'm told, has done that at least 6 times. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how they respond to that with a short week after a tough loss, going to New York, division rival, who coming off a win and feeling better about themselves right now.
Great pleasure to have you. Thanks
Troy,
as
thank
always.
you so
Troy.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.